Hello. Let me make sure I'm all set to talk a lot. Get ready for this. No, it's not going to be any more than usual. Yeah. Trying to think of when the last time I did one of these was. I feel like it's been about a week or two. Work's been picking up and making some videos for them, which has been a lot of fun. My arms are so tired because I just worked out, so I don't really want to hold the camera. I don't know. Hopefully that's good. I was editing together some of these things, and there's a couple shots that were like I had the camera like right here like the entire time, or like it was zoomed in and I didn't realize it. But it was like one of my best talking segments, I feel like. So I let it go. It's good. Yeah, yesterday was a lot of fun. It was Sunday, and we got invited to go do worship at a church in a bigger city, about 45 minutes from here. And it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I was on bass as usual, and I was really proud with my bass playing. Thought it sounded really good, and just like, man, it was an awesome time because like they all got really into it, and yeah, you could feel a lot. Then ate Chipotle for the first time and got a quesarito at my roommate's request, and it was delicious. And I paid the price later, but it was delicious. It's not on their menu apparently, but it's this amazing thing where they get a burrito and then they wrap it quesadilla, so it's 2 tortillas and it's massive. And man, it was so good. It was so good. And then there was a lady who's my roommate's and his fiance's premarital counselor, along with her husband. We were just with the wife that day at Chipotle's. That was hard to say. I shouldn't do these right after I work out because like all my energy goes to my muscles instead of my brain, which is a muscle, but it usually gets more than it does after you work out. I can't talk. I know. It's okay though. I will survive. Anyway, so we were with her, and she was awesome. She's a pastor at another church up there. And my roommate asked her to give a word to me. And it was like spot on because I never talked to this lady at all before, but she was talking about how I'm really creative and like I stick with my creative projects for like a long time. And she was just saying like the two biggest things she said were like endurance and creativity. And like how like they played a lot together, and it was really cool. Because like it felt like she was talking like she'd known me forever, but yeah, it just met her that day, you know, which I guess is how prophetic words work. It's crazy, and that's a lot of what we do at the school here is practice gifts of the Spirit. And I've gone for a couple of things that I felt like might have been like words of knowledge or prophetic words for people, and a couple of them they said they were spot on, so that's pretty good. Another student here though was like had a prophetic word for somebody, and she went up and told them that they were called to be like a writer, and God wanted that from them. And then she found out after she gave it to him that he had like just started writing a biography like 2 days ago and was wondering if he should stick with it or not. And it was a big confirmation for him. Anyway, there's a lot of really cool stuff like that. I don't have a story that cool yet, but I've had some good stuff. I've had some good stuff too. But anyway, so I got that yesterday, and I feel really blessed about it. And it was awesome. And let's see. What else? Then came back and played frisbee golf, which was a lot of fun. First time I like actually played. I think I played a couple of times with my older brothers before. Actually, I remember. But it's the first time I played in 9 years probably, somewhere around that. And I didn't do too bad. I got last, but not by like an embarrassing amount, you know. So I'm pretty happy with my first time. Then, so yeah, I have such a cool job. I get to edit videos and get paid for it. And it's awesome. And like, you guys can't really watch them because they're videos that we like sell. I'm not gonna say anyway. You can't watch all the stuff I've been making unless you are a correctional officer and the prison that you instate yourself in decides to take one of our courses. But anyway, turning out just like super professional. They look really, really nice. I'm really, really happy with them. And it's just a lot of fun. I'm just really blessed to be able to do something that I do as my hobby, as you can tell, and get paid for it. It's really cool. My hand is shaking so much that I'm holding the camera. Okay, I'm gonna switch hands. It would be really cool to get like an actual vlog camera with like a screen that flips out so I could like see myself and doesn't weigh this much. It has like a microphone on the front instead of just the back. But hey, I always make do with what I have. Let's see. So yesterday was awesome, and then after that, I mean, it was Sunday and it was a weekend, and I've been pushing myself really hard like the rest of that week. So me and my roommate just laid down on the couches and watched TV for like 7 hours. We got up and made dinner and had some other stuff that we did in between, but then went to bed and woke up feeling refreshed. Got like a full 11 hours of sleep. It was awesome. And I still woke up earlier than I usually do. And I got more hours than I usually do. So the reason why this camera cuts out so much is because the dial at the top is like really finicky now to like where it switches without it clicking sometimes. And whenever that happens, it stops recording. So that's why that's been happening so much. And I found ways to make it better, but it still happens. Like if I just nudge the dial at the top, it's gone. But anyway, I've been trying to memorize scripture more. And it's not focusing. It's all blurry. Oh gosh. Okay. That's better? Question mark? No. Anyway, gosh, this is annoying. Focus? No. Okay. I don't know. Anyway, I'll just read it. That's what the blur says that I'm pointing at is, Lord, I have heard of your fame. I stand in awe of your deeds, Lord. Repeat them in our day, in our time make them known. In wrath remember mercy. It's a really good verse. Just like, I don't know what. God, he's a God of love. Yeah, that's very clear and very obvious. But if you read the Old Testament, it's very wrathful. And I would just get like a bunch of really epic imagery of God in my brain. Of just like him going and being 17 feet tall with his sword and fire in his eyes and hair glowing like the sun and just but I have a plan for an animation that I got because it was like a dream. It was like a half dream, half imagination, half vision. Not really vision. I won't say it was a vision, but I was like lucid dreaming one time, and I had this really cool dream of God like climbing up a mountain, and he was like 35 feet. Well, no, he was huge. He was bigger than that. And he just picked me up in his hand and he like stuck me on his cheek and I was like hugging his cheek and it was really weird. But then he was like climbing up a mountain as I was just hugging his cheek and it was like this really, he's massive. Like think of a fly on a windshield. That was me on his cheek. Just stuck on there and it was like really soft and I was just hugging like this giant, it felt like a mattress. And then he's climbing up this mountain. Then he got to the top, and at the top of the mountain was like a throne, and he sat in the throne. And then he like took me off his cheek and like put me in his ear. And then I walked in, and it was like inside was just like this massive ocean of like grass and fire. And it was awesome and epic. And then there's like a beach, and along the beach was like everybody ever, like literally. And there were like these two big glass windows that were like his eyes. And when we looked, we could look out of them like windows, and it was like looking at Earth, because like the mountain he was on was like above Earth, and there's just like Earth down there, and we could see it, and it was like white, and like every time that like it looked, it would be like zoomed in on people, and it was like people were just like white silhouettes. That being that looking through his eyes, we're pure, but like if I was looking at normally, it would be, you know, a normal person. And then and then like all the people like started putting on armor and swords, and then he like put out his arm like on Earth, like just his finger like that, and then like we were all marching down his arm like onto Earth, and it was epic and awesome. And it doesn't really like mean anything theologically, but I'm gonna make it because it was awesome, and I want to animate it. But that's a long project. It's gonna be like a 7-minute video. So anyway, I'm really tired. And people who hear that who aren't Christians are gonna be very. I'm a Christian. I'm a very unabashed Christian. That is what I live for. I love Jesus. I believe he's real. And he says that we have the ability to talk to him and have his mind, and he's my best friend. That's what I have to say. There's Tiger. Hi, Tiger. I like looking back through all my videos and just hearing the sound of this camera zooming. It's just like, it's a statement of my channel. It is a part of my channel. It's just this zooming sound. And I love it. And I'm going to be really sad when I don't use this camera anymore, because that zooming sound won't be there. Okay, anyway, I've rambled enough. That's all I have to say. Except, never mind. I have one more story. And it's that we have a young adults group, and it was like 2 nights ago. We had them all over. We invited them all over, and we all rearranged our furniture to all sit around the TV. And what we did is we watched The Amazing Race, and we bet with chocolate kisses and Reese's. These are the leftovers. We each got like 15 kisses, 3 Reese's, and a Kit Kat. Each one worth more and more. And we all bet on who we thought was going to win, and we would make like smaller side bets, like, is this team going to have a fight in the middle? What country are they going to visit first? Like all these other things. And it was a blast, because we had like 15 very excited 19-year-olds watching The Amazing Race and being very loud and excited because there were stakes. Okay. Anyway, I just wanted to say that before I forgot, because that was a fun night. Yeah. Okay. Bye.